There's a what? A massive security guard on the door?
Big guy.
So, no,
Does that mean we can't get out? Or...
potentially.
Oh.
Is that to stop people coming in or getting out? Or both?
Both. Maybe we're not going to have much of an audience tonight because no one's coming in.
No, he's huge. He's a big audience. So
Right.
as long as we've got him.
Got a big,
Spread out.
single big audience.
Yeah.
Right. And just...
Ready? Slovakian.
Oh, hi.
Okay, can we start?
Yep. We've already started, Paul.
Yeah.
We started 5 minutes ago.
Yeah.
He was with us. Well done, Dominic.
That's why I take him with me, because I can focus on things like this.
He's shaking though.
It's my
You want to put that somewhere? Is it shaking? It's not shaking.
It's just a little bit.
A little bit.
It's more organic feel.
It's contemporary, actually. It's Paul Greengrass, you know, that kind of director of style.
Like the vomit movies. The movies that make you want to vomit when you watch them because they're moving and you're constantly moving around.
The Bourne. It's the latest Bourne movie.
Yeah.
The Bourne seizure.
Do you like it? The last one.
Not the last one, no. That
It was
wasn't a
really
Bourne
bad.
movie, no.
It was really weird.
Which was that? Was that the motorbike one? Was he on a motorbike in that
No,
one?
no, it was when
the snow.
in the Greece when it was
Greece
in the
weather?
Yeah, and it was in a conference somewhere. I don't
And
know.
there was a big car chase in
Yeah.
Vegas at the end, and it was just so generic.
Yeah, and you couldn't tell who chasing who.
Yeah.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah.
Were they in small cars?
No one.
No, I'm
Someone
thinking-
was in a truck.
Oh, that was not small. No.
So guys,
Yes.
first question: do you like Slovakia? And if you do, what do you like about Slovakia?
We like this dressing room because it's so yellow. Apart from that, we like the people, the Slovakian audience. They're great. Don't you think?
Yeah, our very first experience in Slovakia was like a 1,500. We'd never been here before, and we got 1,500 people. We'd never been to the country. 1,500 Slovakians just going crazy, and we thought, this is interesting. It
They always respond, like from the moment you walk out there, they just responded.
Yeah, there's an expression. Do you have sitting on the edge of your seat? Do you know that expression? It's actually you know it's an expression. It means they're excited, but the Slovakians actually literally sit on the edge of their seat, right, like they're
So you feel the energy, you know, when
Yeah.
you go out there. So it's a bit rock and roll.
And that's great, and we have a great time after the show. We go and we drink really cheap beer. You have very cheap beer here, which I quite enjoy.
Will you drink
And
as much beer as it?
Shane doesn't drink, so I have to drink for
He
the
has to
two of
drink
us.
for both of us, and
That's why we come to Slovakia.
you drink the same monetary amount as in Australia, which means drinking more physical beer here.
That's right.
Because beer in Australia is more expensive.
Yes.
But he drinks the same, like a dollar amount of beer. So.
And what is the main differences when you can compare the other countries maybe or maybe the audience in Australia to the audience in Middle Europe?
They got less clothes in Australia
Yes.
because it's warmer.
It's much hotter there.
Yeah.
When we're performing here, we just have to be more aware of the language. You know, in Australia we can do just colloquial expressions. We don't even have to think about it, just slang stuff. But that stuff, you just need one little editor in your head just to stop you from going too far into Australian expressions. But otherwise...
It's very similar around the world.
Similar.
Apart from Belgium, we don't really...
They're very quiet,
They
the
act
Belgian
differently.
audience.
They're very, very quiet, and they're a bit different. But everyone else is very similar.
Pretty much. The inner child exists in everyone. There's this very childish creature that's in everyone, and I think we bring that out in the audience.
And what do you think is the importance of comedy for you? Why you decided to make a comedy and this way? Because you are really extraordinary, and I don't think there's anyone else who do it like you do.
Stop it, Paul. We just
It
wanted
wasn't a
to.
plan, though, was it?
Yeah, well, it was a plan to sort of do things like create theatre or TV or whatever, a type of comedy that people haven't seen before, and that's what we try and continue to do, and we've managed to do that. I hope for a while now, but we still try and do that, and we've been going for a long time now. This is our 6th show. I think we've taken around the world.
Yeah. And it's important to surprise people and audiences today because of YouTube. They've seen everything. They know comedy. People understand how comedy works, the formulas of comedy. So some of our jokes are about making fun of the formulas of comedy. Like, what do you expect next in this comedic sequence? And let's try and do something slightly different at the end, because everyone understands comedy these days. Information everywhere, you know.
Yeah, and my last question is that why you think the comedy is important today for people generally?
Well, of course, we've got a comedian as the ruler of the free world. You know, he's a clown. So Donald, yeah, the Donald. He's like, so basically the world now is a fun fair, and we have a clown as the hypnotizing.
I expect any minute, it's got to be a joke, and a really elaborate joke, and I expect a camera crew suddenly to jump out from behind America and say, "It was all a joke, guys. This is just a joke. You've been punked." And then the real president will come out, and he's actually not an idiot. But comedy, we do need comedy because it brings people together. You can get, whatever, a Jew and a Muslim in the same room laughing their heads off at the same stuff. That's comedy. We're all the same.
Different generations of the one family. You can get kids, you can get adults, you can get sometimes animals. We've had animals laughing. Remember that? I can't remember what zoo we were looking down into a zoo, and there was those bears, and everyone was trying to yelling down to the bears. What was it, like Hong Kong or something? Hey! The bears were just motionless. These massive bears, and Shane came up and went, "Can you do it?" And the bear. All the bears sort of just, what the hell was that?
It works with different animals. Just go up to a dog. If you can do this, that dog will freak out. Let's try it.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can.
Yeah.
Keep
your lips together and then press air through.
Yeah. Not quite. Just keep practicing. That was a different noise. That was That was a zip. Like a zip jacket. That's what you just did.
Thank you guys very much for this.